This is going to be a longer video. For those that don't know, you don't actually have to do the Chaos Trial at all. You can get your first and second Ascendancy the moment you unlock the Schemist Trial, which I'm doing a third Ascendancy one to cover all three bosses. It's a little risky, so I might not complete it. It comes down to random luck, really, depending on what type of buffs and debuffs you get. So I'm just going to show the full thing rather than just the bosses, because the build up to the bosses is important if you actually want to win. Which you can get a carry for these. It should be fairly cheap if you actually want to buy a carry. There's a lot of players that have characters designed to easily do these, and they honestly do them for the loot. So they won't charge much for you to just tag along and boost their loot. They might not charge anything at all, honestly, since you're going to also increase their loot rewards. Well, that is a terrible start. All of these are awful. Well, so much for my evasion. I hope I can get a parameter reset later on in the trial. I've never seen that really before. But yeah, this is unfortunately going to just be quite a long video. Unless I fail, in which case it'll be a short video. I mean, it's very unlikely that I'll get killed. I have a pretty good relic set up, so I mean, losing that evasion was a big hit, but I would restart, but unfortunately, you can't restart with the same trial that you had once you're actually doing the real ones. I really just need a good merchant. That is. All of this is awful. I'm just gonna skip this shrine. I've never had this bad of luck on these trials. the first boss and I'm already unable to venerate shrines anymore. No evasion. Like, I'm probably gonna just try my luck on that next shrine and hope that I can get rid of at least the shrine thing. Otherwise, this will be more risky than it needs to be. I mean, this is one of the bonuses of going hybrid. I still have some armor at least. Worthless. That was an awful exchange. I'm never low life, but if I ever do get low life, I will be low dead immediately. I guess we'll be high dead. Hey, I'll just do an easy trial guide. It won't be that hard. RNG would like to beg to differ. I'm gonna hope for the best here. Main. It didn't give me another. Oh, it just took away. No, it just didn't give me another one. Okay, so I can get rid of. Yeah, I can get rid of altars. That's good. That'll give me a fighting chance. One, I got my evasion back, and two, I can actually change the parameters and get rid of these without getting more of them. It'd be kind of dumb if you get rid of an affliction to get an affliction. I was a little worried with that combo. It's still a terrible thing to have. It's fine because as my range character, I don't really take much honor damage, so I don't need to recover. That mob is body blocking me. Oh, wonderful. I love proximal mobs. It's such a great mechanic. I mean, it's not that bad, but like, I wish it was only reduced damage, not complete invulnerability. Just be quite convenient if they were not totally invulnerable to my damage. It's garbage. Actually, that's interesting. In the trial with, I think it's floors, not trials, so that's you get 3 chances at 4% to get the higher keys. It's less good than my immediate thought was. If it was per trial room, alright, this boss you've probably done it. It's pretty straightforward. We pause the boss, we double up, and then we just sit back over here and fire the laser. Be sure you beware the birth. There you go. First boss done. This one's free. Like, it does not fight back at all. I mean, it obviously does fight back, but it's no threat. Now here is where we're going to get rolling. Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright, and just like that, we're rolling now. Look at the zoom. Oh, it feels so good. It's like playing PoE 1 again. Look at me go. Alright. So, grab your trial if you're going to the first time. You probably not. Well, I mean, you might be going through the first time on that character, but I assume you know how the trial works. Just, grab your first points. Well, I got 50% less prices to get 50% more prices, so we're right back where we started. Hooray! I also bought out of order. That was on me. I should have bought the discount first. I'm surprised she lived all three of those. That as well. Don't mind if I do. No more keys? Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to buy him from this merchant due to the debuff. Didn't have anything good anyway. I don't know if that's faster than shooting them with my galvanics, but it's more satisfying. That's instant death. So escape into hourglass. The escape trials start to be a little bit iffy on the higher levels. They're not hard, but like if you get lost, I kind of already know all the placements. Well, that's not great. Apparently, I can't roll through a pot. Yeah, I already know all the placements, so I'm not too worried about it. But if you don't already know all the potential placements, just remember that you might have to leave. That will kill you if you fail the trial. Escape is the only one that I know of that kills you if you fail. Like, it's nothing to do with honor, it just instantly kills you. I think they should change that. They should just do an honor failure and kick you out of the arena, not insta kill, but just don't fail it. I mean, it just seems like a weird choice to have the honor system and then not use the honor system for that particular trial. That's why, so I kind of feel like it should change. It has nothing to do with particularly the difficulty of it, it's inconsistent. Max honor's fine. Both of these are fine. I am perfectly content with either outcome. The pot's actually protecting me. Great. Good job. They body blocked me in the last one, and they gave me a free trap room in this one. Um, Reduced honor restored is fine. As you can see, I either die or I don't die. There's not really an honor issue in here. If anything takes that much honor from me, I will be dead. The beauty of being a range DPS. I'm actually fine with that one, but they're both gauntlets, unfortunately. The gauntlets are where I lose most of my honor. Perhaps you want to let me start? No reason to go in here, but I open the door, so these next bosses, by the way, I'm just gonna pre-warn you on this. They are very difficult to fight without range. They're not super easy to fight with range, but even more so without it. I will not be showing their mechanics any more than I have to, because I want to actually get to the third boss. It's better to eat that attack than move out of the way with my durability. So yeah, I would show their mechanics. They're not really, they're not super threatening. It's just about being able to kill them both at the same time. And I'm just not gonna fight them for a run like this, where I'm going all the way to 3, and set them off one after the other to show all the mechanics. I'll come back later with a just 2 run and show them. So this is where you'll get your second points. This will be 4 points. I actually would show them if I had gotten better buffs beforehand. And like this one, it's such a weird boon because you get enough honor that if you run out of honor, you're just dead. Like you're not alive anymore. Like even if you're a melee, you really don't lose that much honor. So I'm not sure why that exists. Like my monk didn't lose any honor. And that's kind of monk being busted, but you know, he didn't lose any. I finished the trial with full honor. If you don't know, Monk can dodge the traps and like he can evade them, so I'm definitely going merchant. I'll lose the water on hit. Yeah, you don't get a lot of time on this one, and if you don't know the placements, like this is where it could kill you. Don't step on those. Just if you don't already know. Where's the last one? I know most of the placements. I didn't know that one. That was a big hit. I didn't expect that much damage from one of these normal mobs. Alright, here we go. This is what I've been hoping for. And I'll take this one just because. And I'll take this one just because. Hopefully that wasn't the wrong choice. All my stacks. I don't really have a skill for utilizing that. I didn't exactly want to use all 10 stacks on one mob. I used like 4 of them. Multiple projectiles take a stack per hit, even though they already killed the mob with the first one. I didn't know that. I just learned that. I can't restore honor either way, so I'm perfectly fine with hemorrhage. I'm not super familiar with these gauntlets. I try to avoid them. Gauntlets are the worst trial you can get, other than maybe the hourglass, the escape trials. Not the hourglass. The escape trials are the worst in terms that they can kill you, but they're usually pretty decent in terms of clear speed. I think I needed to hit that one. I'm not sure. It was required. You also have to remember that I have this 40% increased movement speed, so the hourglass trials would be even riskier if I wasn't zooming. With the movement speed bonus, it's fine. I honestly don't need the extra water. I will get a little bit of honor back when I go in the boss room, and that might be important. Probably not, but neat. I don't know why he's just standing there, but okay. Normally the enemies fight back a little bit. They try. yet to see any level 17 gems. I'm guessing you gotta go to like 70 plus maps for that. Eek. It's not bad. But yeah, consider this more of like a basic, just the trial mechanics, what buffs you want to avoid, what you want to get. When it comes to the actual bosses, this final one, you'll have a chance to somewhat see it, maybe. I am designed to kill bosses before they move, so if I have the option, that's what I'm going to do. Because these are actually, 68 maps and I'm only 76, which seems like a big difference, but it's really not. At this point, they can very much kill me. That's fine as well. I'm gonna go for these two. Actually, what's this one? Fickle Blessing of the Wind. I don't even know what that is, and I'm just not going to get it. Whatever it is, I'm just going to leave it. Because it could rip the whole run. Because I still do have Costly Aid. I didn't realize I had this many debuffs. I was just checking to make sure none of them were like run enders. You'd think I'd notice if they were run enders by now, but they're all worthless. Like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get my honor back and whatnot. These are all things I'm perfectly content with losing. I was just worried that I might have like done an altar without thinking about it and gotten 5% damage per hit or something like that. Because if the boss applies its poison on the last phase, every single tick of that poison is 5% damage. I don't think I needed to hit that. I didn't. That's a lot of honor damage. Now I know. I do need to hit this one, probably. Lucky that wasn't that much HP damage. It probably was. I probably lost a couple thousand HP to that poison. I probably had a pretty good overcharge, which I regret not going to the final boss with. They're both rituals. I'm just gonna go with this one and then leave the other one. I don't know what that buff does. I don't want to find out. This is a good run. I already know I can get it. No sense gambling it. Actually, shoot it there. If you really want to, I'm not going to, but I might regret this, probably not, but you can farm your Grim on these altars and just max out all your energy shield. Get someone to do it unintentionally. Okay, that's a lot. Should be plenty. As I said, I'm not gonna like slow clear this boss. I'm just gonna kill it as fast as possible. There's a lot of traps in here. There's a lot of stuff you don't want to get affected by if you can avoid it. Um, I missed with all three of those. Ouch. It wasn't that much damage. That's the fight. So that's the third fight. I mean, I did, cheese it as much as I possibly could with my build. It's not super threatening. It actually only did 500 with that slam that it hit me with, so it's not that bad. I do very carefully pick 20% less damage, 40% movement speed is just great all around, 50% more defenses. Like, I'm pretty bulky due to my boons. You want to be very selective about what you get. You want to try to save up and go to the merchant when possible and get, stuff that doesn't matter. Reduced honor restored, oh no. Merchant prices, that's not great, but I have it countered with this merchant price reduction, so just right back where I started. The worst one is costly 8. I had to just avoid all the shrines through the whole run. But this will get you your third ascendancy. It's actually right here, right in the very center. There is a fourth one. I haven't gotten the maps for it yet. I hope my video isn't screwing up. It'll suck if it's quality cut out on the last bit, but there you go. That'll get you all 3 of your ascendancies without ever having to go to the Chaos Shrine. The Chaos Shrine is just a death wish. Like, you can make a build that can do them easily, and they're a good place to farm currency because people buy the rewards from them for a decent amount. The Chaos resist mostly. All element resist as well. If you can avoid it, just do these. But I'm going to call it there. I'm going to hope the video quality isn't totally trash for the whole boss fight. It looks like it's in slow motion for me, so... And it's weird because I do have plenty of resources dedicated to my recording software, but apparently PoE just eats a lot. It makes sense. These maps are huge. That is not what I wanted to hit. All of the maps are one single instance, so it does take more resources to be in here than other content in the game. So maybe that's why. But hopefully this helped. This will give you a decent idea of what to expect other than the second bosses, which, if you can replicate that, that's ideal. They're not super threatening. Like, I want to be clear, the second bosses are not just like run-enders, but they do a pretty good chunk of damage. And if you kill one of them and the other one is still alive, like you have a second or two before it activates, it'll activate a phase where the other one's specials will start to fly into the arena, and the other one will fully heal. So the remaining one is full healed. The one that's dead is basically still attacking you even though it's gone. It's kind of it's the mechanics they use for any dual boss so far. I'm not super keen on that kind of idea. Like, I feel like getting rid of one of the bosses should be the strategy, but they want you to fight them both at the same time. It's not a particularly new, innovative gameplay idea. Like, games have been doing that for a very long time. Beat the bosses at the same time or get punished. Yeah, you want to try to play around that if you can. If you can't, I would say well, it'll depend on your resists. If you have, 75 ice resist and negative fire resist, go ahead and kill the fire one first, and then fight the ice one slow and steady. If your stats are reversed, then do it in the other order. But for the most part, I would say kill the fire one first. The ice one has some attacks that lock it in place, and they're just very easily dodged. And it's free damage. The ice one gives you more opportunities for free damage. The fire one is just more of a pain in the ass. Ideally, kill them both at the same time. But that's the trial. Hopefully this helps some people avoid death to the Chaos Trial. I'll probably do a clear on the Chaos Trial and just kind of show why you don't want to do it. Hopefully not die in the process, because it just is very easy to die on the Chaos Trial. But that's it for now. Later.